So Ohio State's about to face a quarterback that they're pretty familiar with. Quinn Ewers, quarterback at Texas, former Ohio State signee in the 2021 class. He reclassified in the 2021 class, was here for a season before he decided to transfer. Andrew Gillis, Stefan Krajisnik with cleveland.com, coming to you from the Woody, where we just spoke to Ryan Day, and he spoke a bit about Quinn Ewers and the opportunity to face him in the Cotton Bowl and the college football playoff semifinals. What did he tell us, and what are your impressions of Quinn Ewers' time at Ohio State, kind of how his career has changed since 2021?
Glowing, I think, would be the word, right? Like, Ryan was very effusive in his praise for Quinn. He talked about all the arm talent in the world. Ryan had a very loose press conference today. Ryan was very smiling, or very smiley, very laughy. Like, he was really having a good time, and I think he was kind of free flowing, and that included with stories of Quinn. And like, one of the things he said was, Quinn was here for a camp when he was in 8th grade, and they offered him. Ryan was like, I saw his release, I saw the way he threw the ball, and I offered him a scholarship. I don't know if that was legal, but I offered him a scholarship. And he was very, very effusive when he was talking about him, like I said, because he talked about the arm talent that's there. He talked about how natural his throwing talent is. He talked about how natural all of that is. I know a lot of Ohio State fans, are either don't really care about how the Quinn Ewers era ended, or they're not happy with how the Quinn Ewers era ended, after him, transferring in early, leaving after a year. But Ryan was like, hey, we wanted him to stay. He obviously was behind where he came in. He was obviously working from behind, trying to learn the offense. We worked extra with him. We stayed after with him, trying to get him up to speed as much as we could, but it was just really hard to do. So Ryan thinks very, very highly of Quinn Ewers. I think Quinn Ewers at Texas, and this is me speaking now, the idea has been much better than Quinn Ewers as a quarterback. I think when you look at Quinn Ewers, I think everybody thought this is going to be the first-round pick in 3 years. This is going to our first overall pick in 3 years. This is going to be one of the best quarterback in college football in 3 years. And it hasn't reached that level, but the talent is there. And I think Ryan Day went out of his way to note, like, this is a really, really good quarterback, and we really liked having him here. We wish we wish he stuck around, but I think Ohio State's probably okay with where their quarterback situation ended up right now. But Ryan Day really, really likes Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, I think a few things can be true. Quinn Ewers' college career has been hindered by injuries to some extent. That's probably kept them from maybe fully panning out to what we expected. I also think his time at Ohio State would have benefited Ohio State if he had stayed. Could he be the starting quarterback of this team right now if he had stayed? Sure. But things have kind of worked out well for him as well. Yeah. And, Ryan Day was saying Quinn wanted to play right away, and Day actually kind of praised him for that. I know a lot of times, people want to bash on college athletes for, not being patient and kind of waiting their turn. He actually said, I like the competitive spirit of Quinn Ewers, that he wanted to play right away. He saw what C.J. Stroud was doing, and he saw the way that was headed. And sometimes you see the writing on the wall, and you make what turned out to be a better decision for him, in terms of the playing time aspect of the conversation. One thing that's interesting about all of this is it's kind of the first time we're really seeing it on this stage where Ohio State's playing one of these quarterbacks who have transferred out, but like we're going to see it more. Like, it's going to happen more. Syracuse could have easily made the playoff this year. Well, Ohio State could have easily played LSU a few years ago when Joe Burrow was there.
There's one homegrown quarterback left in the playoff. Will Howard was a transfer. Riley Leonard was a transfer. Quinn Ewers was a transfer. Drew Aller committed to Penn State. There's one, like, this is a thing. This isn't this isn't like oh wow, Quinn Ewers transferred. This is weird. No, this is the norm of college football now.
Yeah, and I think we're just going to see it more and more. And Devin Brown could transfer somewhere next year and lead a team to the playoff, and Ohio State's playing against them, right? It's the first time we're really seeing it on this stage, right? Cotton Bowl semifinals with a name like Quinn Ewers going up against a program with the brand of Ohio State. But we're going to see it more and more. I think we're going to see coaches handle it the way Ryan Day has. He talked about Kyle McCord earlier this season. He was asked about McCord's success at Syracuse, and he was like, yeah, like, happy that he's doing well. I think that's just the approach a lot of these coaches are taking. Ryan Day with Quinn Ewers is probably just the latest example of it here on a big stage. We'll be at the Cotton Bowl. We'll be talking to you all week leading into this game, Ohio State versus Texas in the semifinals. Get the text 614-350-3315 and listen to Buckeye Talk wherever you get podcasts.